Welcome to episode 37 of HACCP Mentor Review. In this episode, we find out what are measurable food safety objectives, updating pest contractor credentials, the art of being organised, and understanding food grade statement. I also share a personal story of what happens when sales and marketing don't communicate with a QA team. What are measurable food safety objectives? Food safety objectives are the same as business objectives, but just with food safety focus. You are required to identify your food safety objectives in a way that can later be assessed to see if you have actually met those objectives. This is what we call measurable food safety objectives. For example, if you set one of your food safety objectives as "We will respond to all customer complaints within 24 hours", you will need to set up a mechanism to capture or record the time taken to respond to the customer complaints. Your business can then assess these results on a regular basis to see if the food safety objectives are being met. If this is not the case, your management team can then review what is not working correctly in that food business and then implement a suitable adjustment or corrective action. This week I received an email from the marketing sales manager of a client of mine. I've never met this person, and to be honest, I did not even know that the role actually existed within the business. Anyway, he emailed a copy of a HACCP logo with the intention of using it on their product packaging. And his email read like this: "Hi Amanda, we have used a new HACCP logo, which we were under the impression was generic. We use this logo for the simple fact of in the event of changing auditing companies, we do not have to change the carton print each time." When I opened the email attachment, I was horrified to see that the logo was not only that of another certification body, but that particular audit company is not even a recognised certification body in the world of food safety. This will be a very expensive lesson for this marketing sales manager, as his email also stated that food packaging had already been printed with this new logo and due for delivery next week. This particular food business has been with their current certification company for over 8 years and have no intention of changing any time in the future. So there are a few lessons to be learnt from this scenario. There is no such thing as a generic HACCP logo. You cannot make a claim that you cannot validate. Only use the logo from the certification body that audits you as per their food safety HACCP certification marketing guidelines. Make sure that the food safety QA department is involved in all packaging artwork decisions at your food business. Never go and order food packaging without first checking and validating each and every section of the artwork. These things will include your ingredient lists, marketing claims, nutritional panels, and warning statements. Our final tip is to go through and educate the marketing and sales team within your food business about the certification process and what it actually means. The action item for this episode is to check that licenses issued for pest contractors are current. It is the requirement of the majority of the GFSI standards that only trained personnel are used in the chemical pest control application. I had 2 of my clients audited last week, with both having a successful outcome. I can put this down to both their hard work and commitment to the food safety HACCP system, but also to the electronic organisation of their HACCP documents, policy, procedures and records. The audit process was a breeze, and the auditor was very happy to have the information provided at lightning speed. If you are interested in using a system that I use to organise HACCP documents electronically, check out www.haccpmanual.com. What is the difference between food safe and food grade? This week I received an email asking what is this difference when it comes to chemicals and equipment. In a nutshell, I don't see any difference. Both terms imply that the item will not become a hazard to the food. For example, equipment stated as being food grade would imply that when the food comes in direct contact with that piece of equipment, the food will not become contaminated. Chemicals labelled or advertised as food safe implies that should any of the chemicals have a direct contact with the food product, when ingested by the consumer, they should not be having an adverse reaction. One thing to keep in mind that anything labelled or stated to be food safe or food grade should be referenced to some acceptable form of validation that backs up these claims. Thank you all to who regularly send me questions and feedback on HACCP Mentor. I really appreciate this, including you, Gary. If you have any feedback or comments on this particular episode, please feel free to leave a comment below. Wishing you a wonderful week ahead. Until next time, I'm Amanda Evans from HACCPmentor.com.